As a solo filmmaker, solo content creator, it can be stressful trying to do all of the jobs by yourself. So anything that can speed that up is a plus, right? Today I'm going to give you 5 pieces of gear which I find speed up my life, both as a solo filmmaker and content creator. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, so number 1 is a monopod. Not just any monopod. I bought the YC Onion, I've forgotten what it's called, I'll put the name up here, but it is an amazing monopod that you can raise and lower just with like gripping a handle, kind of like on that small rig tripod, the Tribex. They did it in conjunction with Potato Jet, but this thing, just a game changer. You can slap it down. It's got wide feet, so it feels stable. I would admittedly, I wouldn't want to leave it stood there and go miles away from it, but it's got wide enough feet. You can put a mirrorless camera on there, sit it down, and then use it for whatever. And because of the handle and height adjustment, it means you can literally walk up, adjust the height, adjust the tilt, and get going in less than a minute, maybe in less than 30 seconds. It is lightweight. It's easy to use, and also you can unclip the actual length of the monopod and use just the base if you want some low shots. It has a video head and it is nice. It makes it easier to get around. Getting shots super easy, super fast, and also because of it not being like a triangle shape like your classic tripod, it means it takes up less space. You can put it in smaller areas, you can get it closer to things, and it just doesn't get in the way as much. I find if you're shooting in a small tight area, having the monopod is absolutely amazing. Definitely would recommend it. You don't have to have the same one as I do. Even if you had latches and put it down, it would still be quick and it would have all the other benefits. So yeah, definitely monopods, still in 2026, are amazing. Okay, number 2, I've made a full video on this. If you want to go check it out, I'll put a link up here. I think this is the right corner for it. But it is this. A magic arm. Now you don't have to get this exact one. I do think this is the best of the magic arms, but you can use any magic arm. I just think this one is the best and easiest with the quick release system and the clamps and everything. But a magic arm is another substitute as well as the monopod for a tripod. If you want to just get a quick overhead shot, you're in somewhere, let's just say a kitchen for example. Camera goes on here. This thing can take a lot of weight if it's a small mirrorless camera, and then you can use the clamp on the end, clamp it onto say a cupboard above. There you go, job's a good one. You can also use it for clamping onto anywhere, clamping onto a fence, clamping onto a door handle. You can clamp it onto pieces of equipment, like if you see these things like a DJI, the Pocket 4 commercial that just came out. A lot of that was the POV shots of the actual thing. They are using a magic arm to clamp the Pocket 4 to it, and then someone's just putting their hand around it as if they're holding it, so it stays in the frame the whole time. Super easy, doesn't take up much space. It's even less, well, it's like a fraction of what a monopod or a tripod would be, and you can do the job of both of these. So yeah, super amazing, super easy. And this one is a little bit more expensive, but it's worth the investment. But honestly, you could use any magic arm as long as it's good quality and it's going to stay where it is. Okay, following on from the magic arm and the monopod, we're staying in a similar vein here. This is a suction cup mount. This one is from Ulanzi, but they small rig doing a sucking electronic one. iFootage do one. All of them seem to be pretty good. They are nowadays suction cup mounts are pretty amazing. They still scare me a little bit when you've got your camera on there, but these can be put anywhere. You mainly see people putting these on the outside of cars, but it doesn't have to be. You want to get a shot of a door, someone using a door handle, you could suction cup this to the door and get a nice shot of the door. You want to put it on a window, you could put it in a million places, as long as it's a flat, smooth surface. And you do have to be careful, you do have to check that the surface is suitable for using this. So I would always advise putting it on without the camera first and at least giving it a little tug, just checking. But yeah, I don't think it'll ever stop worrying me because it's a suction cup mount. But suction cup mounts mean you can put the camera in places that you might not always be convenient or possible to get them with a monopod, a tripod, or a magic arm. And they're not that expensive, although it is worth investing in at least one reasonable quality one so that you know it's not going to fall off because of the quality. But yeah, suction cup mounts, amazing, easy, fast. Number 4 is one of these small rig portable lights. This one is one of the original ones. It's a 60 watt, I think it's the 60B, something like that. It's a very small light that has a built-in battery, 60 watts, and for a 60 watt light, it is surprisingly bright and it's small. Like, it's less big than a Komodo X. Looks similar shape, very easy to fit in a camera bag, very easy to charge, just a USB-C on the back, and it's very easy to mount places. You could mount this with any of the mounts I've just talked about before, or just a traditional light stand, but it will last for a reasonably long time, even if you have it on full power. And the handy thing is, it will give you a readout on the screen of exactly how long roughly the battery will last, and you can USB-C power it. So one of these, easy and quick setup, and doesn't take up a lot of space in your camera bag, or if you even just take it in the case that it is in, you could just throw it in your luggage if you're traveling, or just keep it in your hand. Very easy, very quick, nice to set up in a pinch if you don't have time, or if you're trying to get a shot somewhere where a bigger light isn't available. One of these, it's easy and it speeds your workflow up, makes your life easy. Now, I know there's some other lights on the market which seem to be even brighter, even smaller. So, you know, take your pick, whatever you can afford, whatever you want to go with, whatever brand you prefer. But there are a lot of small lights out there which will fit in your bag, nice and bright, easy to set up. So they are cheap, they'll speed up your workflow, and they don't have to take up a lot of space in your bag. It's just a win-win situation. And number 5 is this, the battery charger from Tilter. This has 3 battery slots. I've done a previous video on this. You can see it up here somewhere. And you can see here, I have 2 in here right now. And if you use slots 1 and 2, they fast charge. If you put all 4 in there at one time, it takes slightly more time. But this thing is invaluable for keeping keeping it going while you're on a shoot. I just got back from a shoot in Shanghai, China, and I was constantly taking batteries out and putting them back in here to charge, and then they would rapid charge while I was using the other batteries, and then, you know, just swapping them out. So it meant I constantly had batteries already charged, more batteries than I actually needed, and it just meant that I didn't ever need to stop and wait for charging. Easily just USB-C in here, which, you know, they're available everywhere, even if you found just a power bank. Amazing, easy, keeps everything going, and, you know, just nice and easy and fast to use, speeds up your workflow. Totally recommend it. Price is cheap. Okay, and as a bonus tip, number 6, this. Wireless capable monitors. These are great. I've made a video on this particular one, which is the Hollyland, or as it says here, MoMA, which I think is just their Asia branding. There are a million other wireless capable monitors on the market, but a wireless capable monitor will just make it easy for you to not have to go back to your camera to check stuff as you're set dressing. Constantly, as solo filmmakers, we need to be setting up our camera, but then we also need to change things in the scene, and having a wireless capable monitor just means that you don't need to be constantly tethered to the camera or running back to it. Speeds your life up, and although these are a lot more expensive, it is definitely something which I would say is a really worthwhile investment, and it's made my life a lot easier on set when I'm doing stuff by myself. Okay, there you go. As always, hit me up in the comments down below. Is this something that you found helpful? Have you already got all the things I mentioned? Do you have any more that you can recommend to me? I'm always looking for anything that I can make my life easier on set or speed things up. So if you like these kind of filmmaking tips, gear review, filmmaking stuff, filmmaking shenanigans, you know where to find me. A couple of buttons down below, like and subscribe, give them a whirl. Until next time, guys, peace.